Hello, everyone, and welcome into college basketball's resume rankings. Now, this is a little different than the AP poll, different than the NET, different than the RPI. This is all about your wins, your good wins, versus your total losses. Now, as we go through this, you'll notice a pattern. I value good wins more than a team's total losses. For instance, if a team has, say, you see Baylor there, they have 0 losses and 5 good wins. Now, if a team has 1 loss and 6 good wins, which no team has that right now, but if they did, they would be ahead of Baylor. Okay? So, I just want to explain how I came up with what is a good team. A good team is a 4-loss or less team out of any good conference. Okay? Then I took the Big East and the ACC and I dropped that down to 5-loss teams or better. Okay? Now the Big 12 and the Big 10 are generally considered the best conferences. So I'm going to allow, for now, I'm going to allow 6-loss teams from those conferences. That all adds up to, and then also from any bad other conference, I took a 2-loss or better team. That all adds up to 49 good teams this week. Then I go ahead and I go through all their schedules and I see what other good teams that they beat. And then I rank them. So here we go. Jump right into it. Baylor is the number 1 team this week, undefeated. They have wins over Illinois, Oklahoma, Texas Tech, Kansas, and Oklahoma State. Now, as we drop down, you probably will guess who is number 2, and that would be Gonzaga. Gonzaga is undefeated with wins over Kansas, West Virginia, Iowa, and Virginia. Now, let's keep scrolling down here. Here's where it gets interesting. Ohio State. Ohio State has 4 losses, but they have 6 good wins. UCLA, Rutgers twice, Illinois, Wisconsin, and Michigan State. Now, they are 2 good wins above their losses. Keep that in mind. Florida State. Florida State has 5 good wins. They have 3 losses, so they have 2 good wins over their losses. But remember, I like good wins. So since they have less amount of good wins than Ohio State, they're just below them. Florida, Georgia Tech, North Carolina, Louisville, and Clemson, who Florida State beat. Michigan, 1 loss, 3 good wins. Minnesota, Wisconsin, Purdue. Okay, keep moving down. Now, Texas. Now we're down to 1 good win above losses. Texas is 11-3. They have wins over North Carolina, Oklahoma State, Kansas, and West Virginia. Virginia Tech has wins over Villanova, Clemson, Duke, and Virginia. Houston has a 15-1 record, but only 2 good wins. Boise State and Texas Tech. I screwed up here, but it's Oklahoma, 11-4, and they have beaten West Virginia, Kansas, Texas, and Alabama. Now, Iowa has 4 losses with 4 good wins. Purdue, North Carolina, Rutgers, and Minnesota. I just valued and I think this sheet does as well, this resume, it values Texas really highly. And Iowa just doesn't have one that's high. That's that high. Missouri has 3 losses and 3 good wins. Oregon, Illinois, Tennessee. Virginia, Clemson, Georgia Tech, Syracuse. Now, Villanova. A lot of Villanova people may be angry at this. They have 1 loss and 1 really good win. The thing that hurts Villanova is they haven't played Creighton, Connecticut, or Xavier yet. That will boost their resume once they play them. Minnesota, 6 losses but 5 good wins. So now we're behind even wins and good wins and losses. 6 losses, 5 good wins for Minnesota. St. Louis, Iowa, Michigan State, Ohio State, and Michigan. Them last 2 are really good wins. Illinois is 5-loss team with wins over Duke, Minnesota, Purdue, and Iowa. Okay. Wisconsin is a 5-loss team with wins over Louisville, Michigan State, Minnesota, and Rutgers. Clemson is a 5-loss team with wins over Purdue, Alabama, Florida State, and Louisville. You can make an argument that they could go up to 15. That's just your preference there. Louisville is a 4-loss team with 3 good wins, and they are Pitt, Virginia Tech, and Duke. Creighton is a 4-loss team, and they have beaten Connecticut twice and Xavier. So Tennessee is a 3-loss team, and they have beaten Missouri and Kansas. Xavier is a 2-loss team, and they beat Oklahoma. Now we jump back up here. Now we are 2 losses above good wins. Purdue is 12-6 with 2 wins over Ohio State, a win over Michigan State, and Minnesota. Rutgers is 10-6 with wins over Syracuse, Illinois, Purdue, and Michigan State. Kansas is a 6-loss team with wins over Creighton, Texas Tech, West Virginia, and Oklahoma. Georgia Tech is 8-5 with 3 good wins. North Carolina, Clemson, Florida State, Pittsburgh, as you see there, has beaten Syracuse twice and Duke. So kind of lower end of the good wins there. And then your last 2 teams are, and I'm just going to go ahead and show both because I have Alabama at 27. They have 4 losses with wins over Tennessee and Florida. And then Oklahoma State rounds out the 28 teams with 4 losses and wins over Texas Tech and Kansas. Now, the reason I do 28 teams is because no one in the NCAA tournament lower than a 7 seed has ever won the whole thing. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope it makes sense. I will do this every Monday, and enjoy your week.